I remember the only concert that I've ever paid to go to. My first and last concert ever buying tickets to was an Usher concert. I was 18, me and my girlfriends, we saved up money. We paid like $214 for these floor seats that ended up being shitty. And, we got our outfits, we got a driver and all this stuff. And, that's the reason why it's the only concert I ever paid to, because after that I became famous and now I never had to pay. I just always went. But Usher was like my favorite artist. He had this song, what did he say? Dinner reservations and Noble, Mr. Childs, you just pick the location. And I used to sing it, but I would say, because
you couldn't tell what he was saying?
Had no idea. It wasn't until I moved to LA and got a little money and started dating men with money that I was sitting at Nobu one day.
Gotta go to Nobu, huh?
And I was at Mr. Childs one day. And it just hit me like, at Nobu, I was too poor to understand what he was saying. I was at Applebee's. I was at Steak and Shake.
Right.
So my favorite artist that I've saved up months and months of my summer camp money to go see, and I'm singing these songs and to my at the top of my lungs, and I don't even know what he's saying because I couldn't afford to even understand. I never heard of Nobu. I never heard of Mr. Childs. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't until I got to financially able. I never want, never is a strong word, but I want, the people that support me, the people that spend money with me, the people that buy my products, the people that listen to my music. I don't want them to scrape pennies to be able to afford to support me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the stock market tips thing for me and teaching financial literacy, that was something that I wanted to do to give my following, my fan base, the people that support me, like, listen, I want you to make money too. Like, I don't want to be singing about champagne and caviar and you drinking ginger ale, scraping up bills. The choice is yours. Obviously, you can't force anyone to do anything. But, it's just really important to me to try and give opportunity for people to, find a better way.
How sticky is the fan base that you get from doing something like Love and Hip Hop since you've been away from it for many years? Like, do you feel like they still follow you, or do they have like a short attention span?
A lot of them are still here.
Really?
A lot of them are still. Instagram deleted my page like 10 times. Oh,
really?
They hate me. I had to start completely over from scratch.
10 times? What are you posting?
Nothing.
You got powerful ops?
I wouldn't say powerful. It's just so many of them.
Sometimes I think that, well, especially in the past however many years, it felt like if people just didn't like you, then they could get your Instagram taken down.
Yes.
And now it feels like maybe it's not as much like that.
If enough people report you, they can.
But there was a while where it was so bad.
Yeah. Honestly, like, Instagram made up a fake reason why they deleted me.
Really?
And I got to the bottom of it. Like, I actually know people there, and it was a whole big thing. But basically, if enough people report you, they can delete you. And there's a policy that says public figures cannot disparage private people. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing that stops private people from disparaging public people. So they can attack me all they want, all day long. And if I say, shut up, I can get deleted, blocked, restricted, my monetization taken away from me, anything. It doesn't matter what they say to me. You can put a bullseye on my head, which has happened, photos. You can say all types of disgusting things about my children, which has happened. If I say, yo mama.
Right.
And they say, oh, I get deleted.
Hey, why'd you say you hate Vlad?
I didn't say I hate him. I said he can kiss my ass or something like that, I think.
Why?
I was talking like I talk about a topic that had nothing to do with him. And it's kind of like that narcissism thing, like that Sharp did. We were talking about a topic that had nothing to do with you. Didn't affect you whatsoever. I can't even tell you exactly what it was. It was something about a Richard Mille. And I just said, me personally, I think they're ugly. Now, that's a very expensive watch, extremely expensive watch.
Right.
I just personally don't like them. I said that it looks like a fancy G-Shock to me. And it was just something I was saying on Twitter. And he jumped in to say what I could afford, what I couldn't afford, and don't speak about things you can't this and you can't that, and making comments about like, it just got to the extreme, like where I live. And first of all, I bought a $2.6 million house by myself. Like comments like just being ignorant. The fact that I personally don't like the way Richard Mille's look, how did that affect you?
I have to read the receipts on this because that doesn't really.
It was weird.
I would think that Vlad would have a similar attitude. Of
I would think.
Just because it's expensive doesn't mean you have to like it, right?
He came for me, and it was a topic, like I don't know, I think Meek Mill had posted a Richard Mill. I don't remember who or what, but again, it was a topic that everyone was commenting on. So why you felt the need to come and attack me is crazy, but I personally know that you've given people interviews specifically to talk about me when I never met you. And it was people that you would never interview that you gave a platform to just literally come there and rant about Masika.
Who? I want to see it.
I'm not giving none of these hoes attention.
I'm gonna search Vlad Masika later.
But I've never been on Vlad's show.
Really?
Ever. So it's like, how did me talking about a Richard Millie on Twitter, like, it was weird. And I went the fuck off on him, and he never replied. He never responded. But like, I feel like Vlad's a culture vulture.
In what way?
I feel like he exploits black people as much as he possibly can. The man won't even show his face. He's not even on camera. He's a voice.
He goes on camera a good amount.
Maybe. Okay. I don't pay attention enough to know.
I mean, but what is what he's doing? How different is it from what everybody else is doing?
You know, I'm not going to say how super different it is. I just feel like he was one of the leaders of it.
He definitely kind of invented a lot of things that became incredibly commonplace.
Yeah.
And now when you look at what the average creator looks like in the sort of hip hop space or whatever, whether it's a math alpha or an academics or a me or whatever, we're all kind of following a very similar blueprint to what Vlad was doing in like 2010 or whatever, which is pretty incredible when you really, like, he kind of just like saw how things were going to play out. But he definitely took a lot of shit. Same way academics took so much shit for like a lot of the more like gossipy shit or like just like posting about people who died and showing videos of whatever he kind of got known for with the whole war in Chirac thing. But that shit like is so normal now. Whereas Act took so much shit for being like one of the first people to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, you know, Vlad was probably one of the pioneers of what is so common now. But it's just so strange to me when men attack women for saying their opinion that has nothing to do with them. I can understand if I tagged you, if I mentioned you. What did me not liking a Richard Millie do to you? It was just weird. It was just weird. He's never addressed it, never said anything else after that. But it was just so weird. Like, how did that bother you?
I gotta find these receipts.
Yeah, it's on Twitter.
Okay.
It's on Twitter.
How like on the scene do you feel like you're at this point? Because it's like partially it seems like you're probably like kind of focused on the mom thing and everything. Are you outside like at this point?
When I need to be.
Do you want to be? Is like, because I feel like I'm so removed from that.
I'm super removed, but you know, when I need to be, I'm, you know, obviously I'm still an artist. I'm still an actress. I'm still, you know, promoting different things. So there are times where, okay, you know what? I got to go. I got to go do certain things. I got to do press. I got to do this. I got to do that. But I'm so far, like I'm really far removed from the scene. You know, I like to go to fancy restaurants, have champagne and caviar with my friends. I like to, you know, eat a medium rare bone-in filet and go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really like doing the club thing anymore unless it's conducive to something. Like if I'm hosting a party or a friend's hosting a party or, you know, something like that. Or my friends own the club or, you know, we're doing a launch or a celebration. But I'm usually in bed in my jammies, you know, with a baby foot in my face or something, you know. So, I mean, I pop out when I need to. And, you know, but don't get it twisted. When I pop out, it pops out.
Really?
Okay.
I need everybody to check out NoJumper.com. We officially started a blog. It has in-depth articles about current events, music, etc., plus all of our content in terms of podcasts, interviews, etc. And you can get some exclusive new merch if you check out NoJumper.com. So make sure you tap in.